Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. We are here in King's Rest. I've not done this instance before. We are here on the first boss now. We cleared the trash up to it, so let's see how this goes. Alright. Killing some trash here. Guess this trash is technically part of the fight. Behind this one. They're immune to CC, but they can be interrupted, so let's do that. Oh, got a big pull now. Alright. That's what arms is for, right? Sweeping strikes. Ooh, let's stab by the sword here. Hopefully we'll drop aggro. Alright, looks like things are under control now. Let's smash up on this guy, who I think is like a mini boss. Nope, just more of the pre-boss trash. Pop sweeping strikes again. Interrupt. And let's just Blade Storm to finish off this pack. Those tornadoes are kind of annoying. Alright, so here's the boss. Alright, let's go in. Let's get this done. Welcome everyone to the stream tonight. I'm gonna get out of that, I guess. We're here in King's Rest for the first time. This is the last dungeon that I have not yet done in BFA. Just unlocked it tonight. So I guess I'm supposed to drop this over here somewhere. As far away from the boss as possible, I think. Alright, and let's charge it back in.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Alright, animated gold. Can these be CC? Yes, they can. Good to know.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Interesting. So they just go back to being the puddle when you kill them. They don't actually fully despawn. So I'm guessing on like Higher Mythic Plus, you'll probably want to get them all toward one side of the room, kill them, and then pull the boss to the other side of the room, if you last that long.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
And let's pop Blade Storm on this side. Ooh. Alright, you need to avoid standing where they're going to explode.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Well, the more you know. So they give the boss an absorb shield, it looks like. Or like a 50%, almost like an ignore pain. I got a B-res here. B-res into one of the puddles.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Boss is gonna die. There we go. Yeah. Alright. So it looks like we go through this corridor here next. Yeah, third boss has both items I need, a cloak and a belt. So I probably won't get anything from him. Welcome to the stream tonight, everybody. Happy to see you all here. We're doing King's Rest for the first time, and I guess I just facepulled. Good thing the tank was on it. This trash has quite a bit of health. So that first boss is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, that'd be good. I think Fury would be good for that boss too, because you have just spammable AoE snare. Alright, let's get a Blade Storm here. Oh, look at that crispy DPS. Crispy threat pull. Let's cleave some executes here. You. Love that arms burst AoE. Welcome, welcome all. Thank you for joining me on the stream tonight. A little bit of an impromptu stream, but we've got King's Rest going. First time I'm running it, so thought it'd be fun to stream it. That's a lot of AoE to avoid. Sleep over it. We don't actually fight the boss in the corridor, right? Not even close. Alright. Oh, that's yeah, he followed me with that Blade Storm. That was painful. Alright, let's release and run back. Oh, this is gonna be a long run back. Oh well. Better get on it then. While we are here, running back, I'll go ahead and bring up the talent set I'm using as arms in dungeons. So this is the dungeon build that I'm going with. We're going with War Machine. War Machine, Stormbolt for the stun, really nice to have in dungeons where you can make a lot of use of it. Massacre for a bigger execute window. In this tier, you can choose a lot of different things. I've been running the second wind for questing, and honestly, I just forgot to switch it out. But Bounding Stride is better for mobility, defensive stance is better if you really need the defense. Typically, if you're taking damage, it's going to be more often than every 6 seconds in a dungeon, so second wind can have some uses. Let's just get out of that lightning AoE. Warbreaker is really, really strong. You can pair it up with every other Blade Storm, which makes it that much nicer. Get just a massive amount of burst AoE as arms. And then In for the Kill and Anger Management go hand in hand. You can also take Avatar. But with In for the Kill, you get haste every time you use Warbreaker, and with Anger Management, you get to use Warbreaker more often. So, what's not to like there? Alright. And the gate is open. Let's see how much more trash there is on the way to the second boss. Kill that bug. He's still online. Alright. Purification construct. Why do I have a feeling we can get knocked off here? Or this bridge is just going to get filled with fire. Maybe not. Easy enough.
A blood contagion almost wiped out the Zandalari. As the dead choked their temples, golems were
Alright, here we go.
to dispose
On
of
to the next
bodies.
boss.
I'm sure it will have no problem disposing of you.
There's a lot of poison filling up the room here. Ooh, gotta use a healing potion. Looks like it stacks. Can you get out of the area of it though? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll say. Alright, well, we're resing the healer. Let's pull the dungeon journal here. That's not the dungeon journal. Michimpa the Embalmer. If you interrupt drain fluids with an immunity, you will avoid desiccation. Can't really do that as arms. If you're entombed, struggle to let your friends know which crypt you're in. That sounds kind of cryptic. And when players are entombed, look for their signs of struggle to free them. So I'm guessing there will be some sort of a visual clue on the entombment. We'll find out about that once we get into the boss. These guys all pull. Looks like they kind of chain. Let's try to keep max melee range. Avoid the explosions if we can. Whirlwind. Alright, you just want to avoid standing in this green poison stuff, it looks like. So you get the debuff, which really hurts. Oh, yep, see there we got a stack. One stack's not too bad. Just 2,600 damage. Yeah, maybe it counts as a snare. Guessing those explosions also add a stack of it, so let's try to avoid those if we can. Alright, we got a stack. So far, just one. Alright. Alright, here we go. On to the last trash mob before the boss. Interesting. Oh, we got one more. Got this construct. Thank you all for joining us on the stream tonight. Getting some more people in here. We are here in King's Rest for the first time. If you have any tips or tricks for this dungeon, feel free to drop them in the chat. I have not done this place before, so we're just kind of learning as we go. Been a pretty smooth run so far. Had a couple of deaths, but... Alright, so we gotta watch for which one of those tombs shakes, it looks like. That will be one of the mechanics on the boss. Alright, here we go. Storm to get some rage going.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Get out of that. Get out faster next time. Alright, we're not going to be able to avoid this. Oh, looks like I'm going to get entombed. So, how do I struggle? Is there an extra action button? There we go, it's on 1. I'm on the right side, it looks like. That's kind of a cool mechanic. Let's jump over this fire.
Run away, little girl.
So I was expecting that to be an extra action button, but it's actually just replaces your action bar, which makes sense, I suppose. Alright, let's
Run away, little girl. Run away.
get a sneak a heal in here. Andy, what's up, man? How am I liking Warrior? I am loving Warrior so far in BFA. I'm not regretting my choice of main at all. Ooh, got some bracers. Yeah, those bracers are a slight upgrade. Haste is better than Mastery, so. Ooh, they're indestructible too. Arms or Fury? I've mostly been playing Arms so far. I've been using Fury for things like World Quests where I want to do bigger AoE pulls and get some self-healing in, but for group content right now, Arms is a lot stronger, as it typically is at the beginning of an expansion. Just tends to have higher base damage, and then it probably won't scale as well as Fury. Maybe it'll be a little closer in BFA with lower secondaries. Fury has pretty good self-healing. Overall, all 3 warrior specs have access to Victory Rush, which you can see is procced right now, where if you kill a mob, you get a heal for, I think, 20% of your max health. So, not bad. But then Fury has Bloodthirst, which heals you for 5% of your health on a, I think it's like a 6-second baseline cooldown. It might just be 4.5 even. So that's pretty decent self-healing. Prot doesn't really have any self-healing outside of Victory Rush, but that's it's not my main spec. And Prot isn't really about healing the damage you're taking, it's about preventing a lot of it up front. So, decent enough self-heals, I think, especially as Fury. Arms has Second Wind, actually, which if you can avoid taking damage for 5 seconds, you start to heal a ton of your health right back. Not the best talent for group content, but good enough for open world. If you kill a bunch of mobs and then mount up and run to the next ones, you'll have full health by the time you get there usually. So, that's nice to have. Kill that totem. These are shadowy raptors, it looks like. I suppose they're undead, so... Spectral raptors. That's kind of cool. Right, let's get some cleave up here. Right on. You've been pretty torn on what class to play. Fairly new to WoW also. Yeah, I think Warrior's a solid choice. If you're new to the game and want something a little bit more simple and streamlined, Ret Paladin is a good choice. And they are very, very strong right now as well. And then if you choose a Ret Paladin, you also have the ability to heal or tank later if you decide you want to try that out. So Paladin's a really good choice for a beginner. If you want that hybrid aspect. If you're not really interested in that, Hunter's also a pretty good choice. You can do some pretty cool things as all 3 Hunter specs right now. Marksmanship's a little underpowered, but I'm sure it'll get tuned by the time raids come around. Yeah, Warrior's been my favorite class for quite a while, and so far in BFA it has not disappointed. Let's try to get out of this. Alright, let's charge. Nope, gonna take some fall damage. Should have sleeped. Oh well, we didn't die. That's what's most important, right? We'll leap out, though. Yeah, that's a pretty big range and a pretty fast cast. You're going to drop your warrior after years, but once you hear warrior damage, it's huge. You got back. Yeah. Arms is just crazy strong right now. And Fury will catch up. Probably by the second raid, it'll be just as good, if not better. Arms can kind of do it all right now, though. Very strong single target damage, especially if you have any sort of an extended execute phase. And then the cleave is pretty good with sweeping strikes. And the burst AoE with Warbringer and Bladestorm is just out of... it's just crazy strong. It's a lot of fun, basically. This dungeon's been pretty cool so far. Alright. Yeah, when you can cleave execute onto mobs with sweep strikes that aren't even in execute range yet, that's pretty fun. Quite satisfying. Alright. Well, Bladestorm up for this pack. Stun one of them, and then Warbreaker, Bladestorm. They just evade bucket. Oh, the tank got knocked off, it looks like. Well, I think we'll be okay here. Sorry about that. I had my mic muted for a second. I had a couple of sneezes. Didn't want to spam all your ears with those. Yeah, too bad we don't have a warlock to summon him. You made a Ret Pally, got it to level 20, but you like the playstyle of Warrior. You think it's more fun. Yeah, I would agree with that. Warrior's a ton of fun. Paladin's not bad. Paladin's not bad. I didn't like the Legion implementation of Ret very much, but I think they've resolved a lot of the issues that I had with it. It's pretty fun, but yeah, overall I definitely like Warriors more. I like having a resource to manage beyond just... Well, I guess you've got Holy Power as Ret now, but that's just kind of a limit on using really just one or two abilities. I like the rage mechanic and the way you have to... As Fury, you're either building up to Rampage, which controls your enrage up time, and as Arms, you're trying to not cap, but also make sure that you have enough to use Mortal Strike and Execute when they are available. So I really enjoy that aspect of the gameplay. And just, who doesn't like Execute? Yeah, we found that out last night, so... You'd roll Pally only if they announce Zandalari trolls have Pally. That's the speculation, right? It would be kind of cool. Zandalari, man, they're awesome. If they do announce that, my Horde alt is probably which is my Paladin, is probably gonna race change to Zandalari. Love the sound of execute. Me too. I just love the sounds of warriors in combat. Everything's all just meaty and sounds so brutal. I love it. All right. Kula the Butcher. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, this is a council fight. So interrupt Xanazal's Poison Nova. Be prepared to quickly kill the totems. Move in front of the players targeted by barrel to reduce the damage they take. Alright. Alright. Break time's over. Hey, thanks for checking in. Double, have a good time the rest of your shift, and we'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by. Convinced you're gonna play warrior all the way through, man. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. Happy to have another warrior in Azeroth. I think everyone's just looking at the dungeon journal. It's probably the first time in for most of us. We're Alliance in this group, so I think most of us didn't unlock it the first week. I'm sure some people did, but I only just unlocked it today myself. How do you follow on YouTube? You can just hit the subscribe button on the channel.
Beware.
Alright, we want to dodge those axes. Ooh, those move fast. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have follows in the same way that Twitch does. It's just called subscriptions, and it's totally free. There's no fee to follow someone like there is, or to subscribe to someone like there is on Twitch. There's a lot of axes. Where does she keep all those axes? Here we go. Oh, those axes stay around. That's kind of cool. Let's go Blade Storm. I'm scaring the tank off. Sorry, Soul, that was Blade Storm. Alright, looks like here's the totems. Got to take care of those. Oh, looks like the healer and the mage died. Oh, looks like the whole group is dying. Poison Nova. Do we need to interrupt that? Didn't see that in the journal. Let's see. Abilities. Yes, looks like we do need to interrupt that. I think we need to interrupt the Poison Nova. Oh, you already subbed. Right on, man. It is kind of late. Alright, here's the run back. In case anyone wasn't here earlier, while we're doing the run back, I'll bring up my talents. You can take a look at them if you want. We've got War Machine. This is really good for group content, for anything where there's going to be targets dying frequently. That movement speed is nice. The extra rage is nice as well. The other two are pretty close, Skull Splitter and Sudden Death. if I had to pick between one of them, I'd probably go with Skull Splitter, just for the on-demand 20 rage. And then the tier 30... sorry about that, excuse me. Tier 30 Stormbolt is really, really nice for the stun. Double time is nice for the mobility. Impending Victory, not my favorite talent. I think it's kind of out of place on a mobility and CC tier. But you do get a heal on demand if you need it. Tier 45, Massacre is my favorite by far for the execute range. Execute is really strong for arms, and just being able to get more and more of those off is really nice. Tier 60, depending on what you're doing, what kind of content you're doing, any of these can be viable. Bounding Stride is my go-to typically. I had Second Wind up because I was doing some world quests and I just haven't bothered to change it. Tier 75, Warbreaker is good. Cleave is good if you're going to have a lot of sustained AoE and you can get the full value of your mastery out of it. But I like Warbreaker for the burst, especially because it lines up with every other Bladestorm. And then End for the Kill and Anger Management are also really good go-to choices here. End for the Kill gives you haste whenever you use Warbreaker. Anger Management allows you to use more Warbreakers, so they kind of play off of each other and synergize really nicely. Alright, we're almost back to the boss here. That's kind of a cool transform item. Alright, let's buff up. Let's use one of these. Blink 5000. Why not? Excuse me. Alright. We'll pre-pop for this one, I think. Even though Xanazil was the one that wiped us with his Poison Nova. And didn't get the pre-pot off in time. That's okay.
Beware.
Right, better be careful we don't want to have an accident here.
Beware.
Some more rage.
Beware.
And we're in execute range. Alright. Ooh, those knock back. Gotta be careful with that.
Beware.
Alright, now we're on to Xanazil. That was an interesting charge path. So I'm guessing we just kind of want to let him cast Lightning Bolt? Maybe not.
Beware.
Interrupt the Poison Nova. Alright, we're going to have some totems to kill. Kill this one since it's right here. Charge over to this one. Leap over to this one. And throw's not going to do it. Get an execute off on it. Alright. Back in business. Interrupt this lightning bolt. Andy, you're out of here. Thanks for the knowledge. Hope to see your stream up again soon. Have a good night. Thank you, man. Thank you for dropping by, and thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate it. Interrupt Poison Nova. Get a Blade Storm up. I don't think we want to have these totems up on the transition. One thing I always love is warrior mobility. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's get a rallying cry up. some. Alright, onto the third boss. Barrel through, so we want to line up. That's easy enough to deal with. More axes coming in. Looks like they do despawn eventually. Are we gonna get more totems? Wondering about that. Sorry for the delay, just trying to dodge the axes too. Yeah. All right, we got him right when I died and the healer died. That's done. Gavin, how's warrior tanking in BFA? It's okay. It's a little undertuned right now, but the healing that I've done, or the tanking that I've done, sorry, not the healing, the tanking that I've done, I've enjoyed it. I like the idea of tanking with a sword and board. I've done a lot of druid tanking, more so than warrior tanking in the past, but I think Prot's in a good place. It maybe needs a little bit of a buff. The only real complaint I have is Ignore Pain being on the global cooldown just feels awful. But that's probably not going to get changed anytime soon, so. Alright. Ooh, that's a nice cloak. Ooh, we got a little cutscene here. Bridge opening up. This is a little Zelda-esque. I was thinking almost Legend of Zelda, but Indiana Jones is a good descriptor too. Ooh. This guy has seen better days. Alright. Well, that's where we're going.
I spent my life resisting your master, only for you to bind me to his will and death. These intruders will die, but I need not listen to your prattling while I make it so.
I think you're having a hard time choosing which tank you want to take to 120. Yeah, so I enjoy Prot. If I was going to tank as a main spec, I probably wouldn't be playing my warrior. I probably would have gone with the Demon Hunter, actually. So, Shadow of Zul. Alright, let's see what this guy's got. Yeah, I think Vengeance is... the feel of Vengeance, just in the abilities that you use, feels a lot like an old school Prot Warrior. Obviously it's different because instead of blocking, you're doing a lot of parrying, and then instead of setting up any absorbs, well, you do have some absorbs, but you're doing a lot of self-healing as well. And then it's also got the mobility, actually better mobility than Prot, so that's kind of a cool selling point to me. But then when you compare the other specs, it's Warrior's so much better than Demon Hunter, in my opinion. Yeah. Alright, let's see. What do we need to do here? Oh. Guess we're going. Alright. Okay. Pretty standard so far. Need to avoid that. Alright, let's get some cleave up. Let's not stand in front of this raptor. I'm assuming so. Quake and leap, need to get out of the group. Alright. I could have broken that fear. And I just fat-fingered Warbringer when I was trying to run back to the boss. Lovely. Alright, we'll get out of that one. Probably shouldn't stand in front of that blade combo. I don't know if it cleaves, but we're going to operate under the assumption that it does. This guy's got a pretty big hitbox. Plenty of room to move around him. Let's push in. Why not? Got plenty of them. Oh, this is going to hurt. Is going to run through? Yeah, I guess so. All right, we got him. Let's see what's in the box. Ooh, shoulders. Cool. Let me see what trait they have. Oh, I can't trade it yet. It's not Tuesday. Alright. Rezon's Fury. Your damaging abilities have a chance to call a child of Rezon to viciously rend your target, dealing 1900 physical damage, causing them to bleed for 3900 damage over 12 seconds. And then Lord of War. Alright. Let's see. That one's pretty nice for Prot. Alright, we'll probably use this one for an off-spec. Alright. Well, that's Hearth. Yeah, the council was definitely harder than the last boss. Alright guys, thank you for joining me on the stream. Just wanted to stream King's Rest because we had not yet unlocked it and just unlocked it tonight. So thank you for joining, thank you for tuning in, and for all the chat and the interaction. I'll be streaming again tomorrow night around 10 o'clock Pacific, so feel free to check in then. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like the content and you enjoy watching, please feel free to give us a sub. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.